welcome. Hello. How's it going? Stapin, how you doing? I'm sufficiently caffeinated. I have I have had to think about so much given the news that was announced the other day of Enamorous being a thing. Also, let's dip that down. You know, I've also claimed today's. Yeah, given the news of Enamorous and its shiny being announced, and like maybe a day or so after I started this whole challenge, just kind of really convenient / inconvenient time, and I now have to include it, which I'm in two minds about doing. And also that, yeah, okay, stream improvements.
Shiny Charjarbug _ welcomed everyone to the pantry party.
There we go. Yeah, I've got a list of like everything I need to update and make sure is on. One of them is make sure mic isn't muted. The other one is turn speakers down because I've been listening back to VODs when I've accidentally left speakers off, which I haven't turned them down, but hopefully it's fine. So yeah. Shiny Enamorous is a thing, and I know if I put out the video without Shiny Enamorous, people will call me out, or like will be in the comments saying, "Oh, you didn't get every Hisuian shiny, you missed this one," or technically this too, because it has 2 forms. So that's gonna have to be on top of the challenge. Yeah, you can get that plus Shiny Manaphy, which I'm gonna do as well. Which is kind of funny that it's right after Johnstone just got his in a different way. But what you gotta do for... Firstly, I guess let's do a quick recap before I jump into a game. If we come over here, so thumbnail for the last stream, because I try and include everything that happened. And I should be able to drag it about. We got up here, Shiny, PaneyeRewind, Skorupi, and Bidoof. Bidoof will be in the team. The thing is frozen. No! I'll give it a second. But yeah. I'm assuming that's on your end. Self-inflicted pain with the pan. Yeah, so you got Shiny Bidoof, who was decided would be in the team from the beginning, the moment we found it. It was so lucky how we found it as well. It's kind of perfect. Also, perfect. Also, we decided we're not gonna evolve Bidoof. It's staying as a Bidoof the whole way. So they're all the ones that weren't part of the challenge. Ones that were Voltorb, which is facing backwards, perfect, and Sneasel. So that's everything goes up. 5 shinies from last stream, and I'm gonna try and mess with. Thank you. Oh, Chewy, thanks as well. Sorry, I didn't notice it with you. Gonna mess with the formula a little bit and see if we can try and hone in on some of the targets, which... Perfect. For those who went away... My doppelganger. Go on, I'm curious now. For those who aren't aware, again, what we're looking for is this, and I'm definitely not doing this just for the sake of having this in the video. But if you come over here, like I just pointed out, and check my pen's working, nice. We've got Voltorb gone. Yeah, I saw the Enamorous thing. I'm gonna, for that first cross off what I've got. So it is that and that and that, and that one was female. That's weird. I don't seem to be dropping any frames, so I'm assuming that's gonna be on your end. But yeah, so those are the 2 we've got. Enamorous is gonna come later after these 2. And what we're gonna be doing for Enamorous is a whole nother playthrough. So this is something that I wanted to kind of explain how I was trying to work it out, because I hate playthroughs of Arceus because they just take so long. Although the whole challenge of it could also be like similar to what I did for Meloetta, which is pretty much I'm gonna do it from scratch, which means I have to plan the whole playthrough out. But because we're catching everything, we will also end up with alphas, and there's a load of stuff I can deal with from that. So it shouldn't be terrible, but get ready for longer streams once these two are out the way. Even when we get to these two, they could be longer streams. Hopefully not. But we'll see. So that is the plan for them. That's where everything is at the minute. Oop, welcome back. I guess I'll quickly catch you up. Yeah, like I was just saying, those two could potentially be longer hunts, but I'm pretty much going to go through and catch everything from scratch. Same as I did. Okay. Last time. These two are going to be longer. Okay, I'm just not going to. I've explained it. You can catch up in the VOD. So, jumping into the game, which my game has doled out. I can also put my pen down. Good, just let me know when everything's stable, I guess. Like you can see in the team, we have Bidoof ready to evolve, who is just never gone to. And then the rest of my catching squad. I've realised I'm doing this for the gameplay as well, and I can't see chat. I would like to see chat. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do differently this time. Firstly, let's go and save before we do this, because I don't know what the outbreaks are going to be. I did actually do some playing around just to check ideas. We can't remember. Cool, yep, that's fine. We will just have historical evidence of internet issues, that's fine. So I will say beforehand, I guess thank you for the look. That is still a thing I just remembered. That I was like, what? Why is it that low? And I was like, no, I deliberately made it low. So what we're going to try and do is sort of going for specific outbreaks, but still trying to face it a little bit. Still having a bit of fun. So if I look here, I do need another Voltorb outbreak. So it'll be this one. Rowlet is a great one. And that... Ooh, there's actually two Voltorb. So there's going to be the main outbreak I'm going for. And I'm going to hit all the outbreaks along the way. So it's probably going to be Heracross, Voltorb, Haunter, Voltorb. Maybe Snover and Rowlet. So that's kind of the plan. But to save a Guava Berries. So I'm just going to remember two Voltorb and a Snover. I'm going to exit out and then go straight back in, because the outbreaks will be the same. This is a testing I did because I wanted to know if I reset the game, would the outbreaks be the exact same? I think we did some of that testing on last stream as well. They are. But I'm just going to try and hit as many of the outbreaks that I'm looking for this time, rather than last stream, which was hitting every outbreak and seeing what they were. So we're doing this method to try and be a bit more productive towards totals, hopefully. So just remember, north and then just head straight south. Perfect, Majora, because we've already seen this. Welcome. No, everyone's gone. Alright, we need updates in chat of everyone who's here. We need to see, like, internet speeds, latency, delay. We need everything. Okay, so there should be a Voltorb one up this way. Okay, so it's probably just charger bugs. That's fine, no pressure to be here. Okay, so none there. I didn't find the one that was reported. If not, you can just like, I don't know. It's internet. It's always kind of. What is? Cool, yeah, I guess I'll see you next stream. There's a good place quote that I always constantly forget. No shinies there. It's a weird wimbly jimbly thing. That's basically what intent is to me. I can understand most technical things, but how packets and everything work for internet, I am just completely oblivious to. And none of them, Gengar would have been a cool one. I did randomly find a Haunter during a playthrough setting up for other hunts. Wait, this way? Oh, you're on top. And it doesn't look like there's any of you. I'm not going to be doing the catches. I could always save and then do the catches. Because they are all set. Yeah, okay. I think that is also something I'm going to do to try and be a bit more efficient. I'm going to check the base ones, save and go for specific ones afterwards. So I don't waste materials as well. That's, I think, the one thing I haven't done in between streams is actually farm a load of money and get tons of materials and stuff like that. Yeah, just keep heading this way. Because it's so nice, because I realised it was just money that I needed to do for this type of... Oh, none of them? That would have been so nice. I only need one of every starter. I guess... Oh, well, I can't save in the air. It's kind of useless. Yeah, if you want to do any hunts in this, it's really nice that you only need money. So you can just, like... no, don't take off. I also have a kind of dodgy thumb at the minute. Little injured. So, inputs could very much go wrong. So, I saved there. Let's... Throw the right thing. Throw down now. Remember the controls in this. I'll try and get to explaining what I was thinking in a sec. I hate how they go so high. You kind of got to aim at the top line with the jet balls. This is ridiculous. Okay, what are we? Well, we're 13 minutes into stream, and we already have one of the harder ones on screen. Let's throw one closer so I can go through it. Don't you dare run away. Don't you dare. Rowlet, no. So tense right now. Do I want to... I might want to go into a battle with it. There he is. This is one of the stuff. This is massive. I can't believe... I'm going to keep saying that. Like, I can't believe this is so quick. Just stay in the Pokeball and don't run away. That is all I hope. Because you can still run away. At the risk of doing battles. Please don't. Use Roost. Okay. It's why most people actually, I'm realizing, catch them outside of a battle because they can sticky glob and everything. That's a good sign. Oh, quick win for today. Alpha Rowlet. No, bye. Sorry, gone. Oh, you know I'm saving after that. Okay, great. So, look up over here. Rowlet is top left. That way I can, yes. So, Decidueye, technically, once I evolve it, is off the list. Which is so good. I genuinely can't explain how happy I am to get one of those off the list. But alright. Okay. Back to it. Thank you. I did tons of work. That was like 10 minutes of solid hard labor to get it. Thank you. That is our other weird form of cheering. Okay. Alright. Let's catch this. Smooth. And you caught yourself a gibble, or attempted to catch yourself a gibble. I did add, who did I add the other day to that? Because I've been scripting, and I added one of them from the Meloetta video, but I can't remember who. It wasn't Goodbye. Milotic was a pain. I'll have to have a look in a minute. It'll be like right at the top. Yeah, that's the other thing I've kind of been doing in between streams is sitting through all of those VODs to try and get those decent moments. Can I just have all of these blow up? I'm thinking. I mean, they can. No, they don't blow up like they do in Scarlet. Electro, please. Okay, we're just leaving you for now, because this is a terrible area. Meloetta video, I'm kind of like halfway through. Mostly done with 3 of the VODs. It's just massive task. And I didn't script as I was going, kind of because I couldn't. So it's just even worse. But I'm hoping maybe mid to like close to end of Feb. Because it's February in like 2 days. I'm now realizing. But once the script's done, I can just kind of like power through hopefully and get that done. There's some great moments, just like this has some great moments in. Which is why I was like in such a conundrum of like, what do I even do if Enamorus is a thing and I'm going to do something similar to that? Because that first stream for these was just one, fun in general. And fun translates well into a video. But also we can't recreate any of those moments, really. So I was like, well, what we're going to do, or what I'm going to try and do, is my initial idea. What was it? It was something kind of dumb. Can it? Oh, I know what. Please, just leave me alone. Oh my god, I hate volatile outbreaks. I'm not doing volatile outbreaks. They just can't focus enough. Plus, at the moment they notice it, that actual animation attack is just frustrating. So hard to dodge. Yeah, no, that is literally like one of the moments I was thinking of. That plus like the fact that you got it so close to the actual shiny showing up and things like that. You can't recreate those moments and like still have a genuine reaction. Because technically you could recreate it. Perfect. So I was like, what do? I was like, well, I can dress myself like my character here and then do a playthrough from scratch. But then it's just playing through Arceus and that's not super interesting story-wise either. Annoyingly, because it's just everyone's played Arceus, so it's like, I'm going to catch every shiny Pokemon by... Sorry, excuse me. I'm going to catch every shiny Pokemon, but first we're going to play through all of Arceus. I was like, no, because then I'm just like, people are coming in for the thumbnail and the title, and they're not being given it straight away, so I'd rather start with how we started it, which is why I just decided to keep on going with, like, what we're doing. You are there. So it's going to start like that, but then it's going to go into a playthrough from scratch. Because it's going to have like that end twist of like, also this was announced. Turtwig I don't need. Who do I need from here? Ooh, Cyndaquil is a great one. And Cyndaquil straight south. All the others I don't need to check, so I can kind of just go from the other camp. But yeah, then it's going to go into another playthrough from scratch with that twist. We had the joke for the Meloetta one, which I feel like that could just be a stream thing, because the video is going to realize, and like, if you're just curious, I've still got like everything set up for like how I script. So if I come over to my other screen, this is how I script. I basically watch the video on the side. So you can see I'm up to the start of catching the Teal Mask DLC. Because that is the deck's empty. 372. And then I just write alongside it for the moment. Like what I remember, what could work. Some things will be moved around. Like sometimes I'll... Where's an example of it? Well, sometimes I just catch two Pokemon at different times, but lump them together so the editing's going to be different. I'm constantly going to have to adjust the count. Like, just make a new counter that goes over that for the video. Because it's 679 total. But that's kind of like how it's going. And it's been hard to work in the ads unless there are moments that I can, like, seamlessly do them. Let's come back over to the game. Which, potentially, there might still be. But we'll see. It might just be a stream thing. I'm still very much up for the idea of doing random, like, ad skits in between. Like, completely nonsensical. Is that extra explaining on top, like, why? Unless a moment rarely times up nicely. But also, the amount you love to use the advert. The video could be literally like 50 hours long if I did that many skits. Like, imagine it's just a video full of fake ads that is top and tailed by real ads. That during the stream were also real ads. So hopefully I can get the basic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Long and short, hopefully I can get the ads in a seamless way. But that'll be something that I do during editing, if anything. Because that was just funny the way they all lined up.
It's time
for the advert! Like, that would be ideal. Give me the pennies. I need the... I think it's less than a penny, funnily enough. Okay. Let's do this. Smoke bombs. Just gotta remember, if I'm not zoomed in on them, it needs to be top. Top line, top line. Or not. Gauge my distances. You're close to you. The amount of focus I have doing this bit. Here we go. Get right up to the minute works, that's fine. How did that miss when I was zoomed in on it? It's fine. If anyone wants to somehow, like, record my... Also, that's not even half the script, funnily enough. That's only, like, halfway through the streams. But it's not... I feel like a lot of people have said, like, my videos are also, like, in the editing as well, and the style. So I feel like just leaking the script, I'm not too bothered about it, unless anyone also wants to mimic my voiceover and my editing style. Like, good on them if they want it. They're gone. Okay. I really should say before that so it didn't waste materials. there was a funny comment today, and I get kind of where the confusion came from. But it was someone saying like, oh, what was it? Because they were so confident as well. There's my phone. I love how the music's like very like lined up with the game as well. I love it. If I go into the community section of this, that was it. I can't help but notice your accent is extremely Scottish. Which is fair enough, like, the Scouse is a weird mix of everything. But the confidence got me more than anything. Did I not? Oh, no, it didn't save when I went in there. Coronet Highlands. Oh, no, Alabaster Wastes. Who am I thinking would spawn there? So don't... Legends Arceus area spawns. Full Hisui map and locations. Alabaster Islands spawning there. Alphas. I need massive mass outbreaks, don't I? Massive mass outbreaks. How did I get this up before stream? Like, I knew I'd need this. I just kind of instinctively knew Rowlet would be there. Wasn't expecting to get that soon. Coronet Highlands, Alabaster Islands. Oh, that's Oshawa. Okay. Perfect. So I can go there and get Oshawa. Or try and get Oshawa. What one? I think it's Ice Peak. Yeah, there's like, people have nicely asked before, like, oh, where are you from? Or like, are you from Liverpool? Are you Scouse by any chance? Some people have said like Irish, which is fairly close. Just so funny to be like, you're extremely Scottish. I'm like, oh, I'm not, but have I got a YouTuber for you? Gentle dude is very Scottish. Who do I need here? Is it anyone? Oh, there's an Oshawott up here. Perfect. So, I guess along the way I can try and hit maybe... I'm just going to hit my chop just to try and be efficient. So we're going to Alabaster Islands and across 2. And then if none of them are immediately shiny, I'm going to save, clear the outbreak, and then if not, we're going to leave. I'm basically... I've had the idea for how to be a bit more focused in the hunts before I just go full permutations. But I'm still kind of half working it out. Partially because my brain was a little bit wrecked with the announcement. So happy with that announcement still. I'm not a massive fan. I don't think I've ever been a fan of the genies, in all honesty. They've been such oddly human but not human designs. Then Enamorous was a deviation from them on top of that. Plus its shiny isn't great. I do have an idea for how to get 2 of them, thankfully, and it's not really all that hard, so hopefully when that video ends up coming out. Still 1 or 2. Jameen in like games wise, because I was looking through this because I was thinking, what games have they still got left to actually release versions for? Is that something? No, that's another big one. Yeah, because I was thinking, who could they do the whole deck thing for on top of this? And they got Sword and Shield. That doesn't look like any of them are shiny. They got Sword and Shield and the Let's Go games. Which the only thing I can think for, obviously the Let's Go games, is Shiny Mew. Sword and Shield is an odd one where don't know, because I'm thinking mythicals. They could do Calyrex is one. That was kind of like my only thought. Was maybe Calyrex. Urshifu at a push, but that would also be very annoying because then I'd have to get 3. Which I can get 2. But a third one I need to make a new account for just to give a little hint as to how you get multiple. Or maybe I might not. Actually, that could be interesting. No, it's got my brain thinking. How is Oshawott aggressive? Where are you? Quiet time on stream as I focus on clearing these. So that stops the animation. What that? This is not great to do when you've got a dodgy thumb. In the ball. Okay, we saw that. I was literally launching the ball multiple times at it. And it was just bouncing off the floor because the target and was dodgy. I'm resetting. I'm not losing all those materials. That's what I did wrong with... who was it? Voltorb. I lost like 83 sticky globs. That's frustrating. Yeah, dodgy thumb on top of just the aiming not working. I think partially because I'm also just not used to aiming the jet balls. Do the holodecks instead of let's go. If you mean living deck style, then I kind of get what you mean. Because if they do the updated living decks, my idea for that would be they give us shiny original form Megina. I forget how weird that looks. Otherwise, if they keep up the track of giving us like dex rewards, I could also very quickly check. What is that? Because I could be forgetting something. Because that's how I do it personally. Or they could actually finally release... Well, they've done Shiny Zeraora before for Sword and Shield, which is the only other thing that would kind of make sense. They released it as a mystery gift, but it is one of the least released shinies, if that makes sense. There is some I can say that. That is like one of the things that I think I saw in the comments of the Living Dex video, people getting the most frustrated about or asking questions like, how did you get Zeraora? Because it was just like, I kind of like explained it away as like, I just kind of had them because that was just a fact of the matter. I happened to have those shinies at the time. Not those shinies, my normal Living Dex. I happened to have those. And people were just like, well, how? I was like, events at the time. What was I looking at? Oh, there was a weird thing with this. That's an arrow under my camera, by the way. Zorua would be a great one. 2 Zorua outbreaks and a Stantler. North 2, South 1, and far left. I have to remember. Yeah, for this, like Legends Arceus, it was a weird one because I know how I like to do things is I like to wear some of the rarer items that still look good. Sometimes those items aren't super rare in games. Like the fact that my gloves that I wear in Scarlet and Violet are Gita's gloves, and you have to do so much just to get them. With that little touch of the mark on the back of the hand. And I was looking, I was like, I think I'm wearing like the Growlithe top or something in Legends Arceus. Trying to remember my outfit so I could try and match playthroughs. Like when my initial idea was, I'll do Legends Arceus from scratch and lead into catching all the shinies, which, terrible idea. We've covered this many times. But if I was wearing it, which thankfully I'm not wearing the Growlithe outfit because that was just a mystery gift release. Like clothing just as the mystery gift released. Kind of weird. And like never released again, and probably will never be released again. Although it would be nice if when they release CA, they put all of those mystery gifts back up. Keeping an eye out, trying to not get gaslit, expecting it. It's coming. That's the outbreak, but nothing there immediately, so I'll come back for you. Although I'll let it tell me I found it. I actually need to double check what I'm wearing in this, because I do like my outfit. I think I've got it to wear. From what I was looking up, I still don't know what the shoes are. But I think it's Heatran top, Giratina pants, a black headband, and it could maybe still be Growlithe shoes. Oh, not in the shiny, but that's got a Zerowalk. Okay, now we need to go way far into the corner. I'm just thinking, depending on how long. I need to stop starting sentences with just thinking. It's like, obviously I'm just thinking. I'm talking to myself most of the time. Like, this is just stream of consciousness. So I saw something while I was just like scrolling through Blue Sky 4. Oh, where's that? There you go. Give me the look. I was scrolling through Blue Sky before. And there's an event someone got going that sounded interesting. That I might just kind of semi-do my own way. Just because of... Wait. Let me at least find him. Because he won't get aggressive immediately. So, someone is hosting... I forget the name, but I want to say it's like Ronic or something. I can't say with confidence. But they do like an unknown event sort of thing. Which is... It's an interesting idea. But for what I want to do, like, I might do it probably another year. But we know I've got unknown JP. So I was thinking, what if just for that event, like, I could go along with it, but before I do anything, I just try and get unknown J and unknown P first. Are they sleeping? So cute. Like, I'm targeting it. Like, the game doesn't even know how jet balls work. Game, please. Was that just... Did you redeem something I would not put in text? It looks so weird. I just realized I didn't save before this. There we go. There's a texture I'm missing the first time. I just need to get like right up to them. Hello, Zerowalk. There's Zerowalk extra wave.
Test/test.
I think I know what you're trying to test there. I hate this dodgy dump. The main one is when I got to swap between. Because I got to like focus, but then also use like 2 fingers. Hey, welcome, Greasy. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the pantry.
Test.
There you go. Yeah. I thought you were trying to test how to get pauses in. You just space slash. Unless you use some of the other text-to-speech that I have tried to use before. Like, Vex is a weird one. Or like Volcarona, who named herself Solara Vex. Just for reference. You know what? Let's just go over here and just not look. Or, I could still look at the ones. But yeah, for her, I told her, like, if you need to do a pause, do what you've just done, like space slash. But that text-to-speech says the slashes, which is so annoying. And then when you do, like, ellipses, like multiple full stops, it doesn't do a pause unless it's a ridiculous amount. So I've had to specifically, as part of the instructions, put in... Ooh, sorry, you just reminded me. Sorry about that, Gizzy. I will have to remove that one because that doesn't work. You can tell me what you're trying to send, but I need to remove that reward because I realized it didn't work. I think Chargeable tried to do it, and that was my workaround, but just didn't work. I'm just going to delete that whole thing. Reject all, so you get points back. There you go. Ooh, on... have I got no self-promo in the rules or not? I appreciate it, but please don't, like, self-promote without express permission. I appreciate the grind. But this is footage that also has to go in a video, and I prefer other people's links to randomly not be in mine. Unless you want me to watch some stuff. I'm happy to look through some stuff at some point. Text on screen's fine. As long as it's not just like a follow this link. Like I say, we all appreciate the grind. Don't need to worry. I'm on that grind with you. Trust me. I get it. I think I'm just coming up on that 2k mark, actually. Oh, Chatot has such a nice shiny as well. That's so great. It's a berry one. What do you do about it? I'm just curious because I'm thinking about it. What? Where was it? What was it? Use a fly. Okay. Well, wait. I do like Beautifly Shiny, and it's aggressive, so it shouldn't run away. So far, 2 shinies, 40 minutes. Not bad. We'll take this. I'm assuming they're gone, maybe. I'm not hearing any more about the town.
Hardcore grinding.
You could say I'm a hardcore grinder. But please don't. We need less of me telling people not to call me things that I then get called in the comments. Do I swap? I think that was my sign. I was like, do I swap to Luxray to use Thunder Wave? That's my sign. I swapped to Luxray to use Thunder Wave because it just paralyzed me. Yeah, I need to check those chat rules. They should be in there. Although, also, some people just can avoid reading them. Although, thankfully, when I put those in, it did stop, and I mentioned it before. It at least stopped all, like, the solicit and stuff. That's what I was looking for. words. English is my first language. I don't speak it well. Because that was getting kind of frustrating. Yes. There we go. Shiny number dose. And we beat last stream. The goal is 5. You know what was bad about that? When I heard the shiny sound, I looked over to see if anyone redeemed it. That is how much you have ruined my brain. Did I hear it again? No. I think that was just my brain wanting to hear it again. But it was something in the song. But generally, you probably saw my eyes like dart over for a second to see if there were any redemptions. Exactly. I think I might have... Wait. I did not know Basket Legion could spawn. Oh, that's a spawn of it. God, imagine if one of those was shiny. Like, I generally have to second guess whether the sound was you, even though I saw you redeemed it. That would have been such a good one. Yeah, you've broken me. I guess congratulations. I will forever never trust a shiny sound in these games. Which is... Who was it? I think it was... It might have been you or Chargebook. I can't remember completely, and I'm sorry. Yeah, because they're so vivid. I love how vivid they are. And I kind of love how, depending on the gender, they can have shiny Magikarp's colours as well. So they can just confuse for both evolutions. Just like out the corner of your eye. I know exactly what you mean. Like, when you are just like, there's some movement and it's the right colour, you need to look at it then. But yeah, it was either you or Chargebug talking about the shiny sound and like kind of... I think they said the reverse, but we kind of came to a consensus of like, we didn't want it for the right reasons. Like, the shiny sound and particles for ZA. Because it's like, either put it in and consistently put it in from then on, or don't put it in because we can't trust you to keep putting it in. Sort of thing. And that's where I was like, okay, kind of get you. We have different opinions, but for the same reason. But that's all to say, playing CA will be really interesting, because obviously for that, just to make it interesting, I will have to leave it on. And that's assuming they have the same sound in there. Or I just have to update it if they have like a new sound. But they have kind of been, other than between, I think it was Arceus and Sword and Shield, they've had consistent shiny sounds, because BDSPs is the same as Sword and Shields. They only slightly changed it for Scarlet and Violet. And then Arceus just had its own unique one. Oh, wait, is there one under... I don't know if there's one under my camera. God, it must be... Is it annoying watching me play games, but then constantly seeing me go into map because my short-term memory is absolutely atrocious? Because at the moment, I'm fighting going into the map to see like where that outbreak was. It's also marked that I found it. Because if it was just me, I'd go into the map probably just as much as I was in, if not more. Especially when it's like out in areas like this, where it's sort of arbitrary as to where the thing is. Like, obviously, if I'm repivoting, like I should really plan a route. If I was smart, which we know I'm not, but if I was, theoretically, I'd plan a route and then just follow that route. So I'd say go to this corner, then go here. you'll be waiting a long time because we've seen them try that and they got jaded by it because they just went a bit too far. I think smaller deviations, kind of like they did for Sword and Shield, where it was more of like integrated with the sports of the region, that were a better choice than getting rid of gyms and putting trials in its place. We did end up with the hybrid of that, which I think is interesting, but the trials they actually put in were kind of boring. That's the only downside. Just trying to think, who do I go for forms-wise? I could try and clear out the Basket Legion outbreak, but that would be an absolute pain. But kind of worth doing. But yeah, when they did the proper deviation with Sun and Moon, no one was a real fan of it. It was interesting, but it just didn't have much motivation. But I also think that's because those games were rushed and they really took the wrong lesson from people not liking it. They didn't take the lesson of like, well, people didn't absolutely hated it. It was just a not like. So what did we do wrong? And the answer for that is just they rushed. You're it. Look at my Basket Legion. Now let me fight yous. I'm one of you. Wait. Nope, sorry, wait, getting attacked by my friends. See, one of us. It's all of us against Luxray. I'm sure it'll all be fine. Luxray's not going to pull out like an electric move. No, they're level 77? That could be harder than I think. I did not realise they were level 77. Bye, friends. I'm just going to try and... can I hit you from land? One of those is an alpha, so it'll be a harder catch. Okay, just make sure I save. And then... Okay, there's a bit of drop-off. Too much drop-off. I think I actually need to be on the water. Nope, that just annoyed it. It's too far away to work like that. How close do I need to be? That close? Okay, there's Bascule and I spawn over there. Back at the outbreak. Yep, again, aim way too high. Can they actually just run away? But that's kind of scary if they can. Hello. I will get to that once I'm not focusing. Pokemon again. Okay. Perfect time. Like we have over 1,000 Pokemon now. Never has been a Pokemon where you could really explore the world without being forced to do the same gym quest every gym. I think that's what they would like. That was obviously the vision they had for Scarlet and Violet. They didn't implement it well, but I think that was the vision. The one thing they just need to do properly, like if they nailed down scaling, you could have that to a T. But it needs sort of, and annoyingly, need to drink because this is a strong opinion I have. They've already solved this issue, and they solved this issue in the anime and explained it with like good lore context as well. So like in world, it worked. I've caught. What did I catch? A level 30 something. I also need to clear my badges. Yeah, they explained it in World, in Origins, where they went, oh, that's what your team is. I'll have... Oh, we're called Beautifly. Duh. Like, that's a team you've got. I'll pull out this team. Like, they scale to your team by going, this needs to be a challenge, but I need to be on your level. Like, they downscale themselves. Unless, say, you are... How do I word this? Unless you're the champion. So, another in-world system they have. Because this is a discussion I've had many a time as well. What in the series have they done? See, I think just a pure exploration isn't a very Pokemon thing, which is why they haven't done it. That is, like, my only guess. So, like, put some cool places in, and you'll be able to explore like you can in Scarlet and Violet. But I think the open worldness, like you're saying, you go through the same track constantly. Can I not multi-release? Oh, release multiple X. What they've done in the anime is what I was kind of trying to get to. That's a shiny one, don't release that, and that's a shiny. They had the whole league-ish system again, but like the Tournament of Champions, I think is what they called it. Oh, no. We want to get out of that. And then let's change you. And move you to. So imagine you're playing through the game. And yes, technically you can... This is also for an issue I have with Scarlet and Violet. You will have to go to like maybe the same gyms, or maybe you unlock the next challenge with like a certain amount of points. So, and the more battles you do... hello? Oh, I forgot they do this. They give you grit dust and stuff. So, I'm not explaining this idea well. You can do the gyms in any order. Let's go with that idea. But you need to unlock the next gym. Sort of like in Let's Go when you had to catch like so many Pokemon before you could get to the Fuchsia gym. So that's sort of like prerequisite. You need this many points before you get to the next gym. Oh, yeah, no, wholly agree with that. This is a whole other system I've also tried to, like, I say come up with. I've spitballed with a good few people. So you are forced to battle trainers that you could completely avoid in Scarlet and Violet, which was frustrating. On top of that... I'm having to do so much thinking. So, that would then unlock a gym, which would scale to you. So you could go to any gym, and it would have a scale at least to the level that you unlock. So, say you've unlocked the first gym, it will all be the level of the first gym. So, they don't have to scale to your team, they scale to your unlocks. So, anything useful here, it doesn't look like it, does it? No, let's reset. So, that would be a way to fix that. And then in terms of like Pokemon interactions, this is annoyingly, people don't like Let's Go. Let's Go had a lot of great things to it in hindsight, which is kind of why I've got like a weird bit of nostalgia for them. Because yes, Gen 1 is where it started. But also they did so many things well. You had Pikachu, or even depending on what game you played, that would do like the HMs and stuff. Similar to like how in BDSP, Staravia, Barbarrel... or Staraptor, Barbarrel, Bidoof would do all the HMs. But then you could take a Pokemon out of a Pokeball and it would like surf for you or carry you or fly and do those sorts of things. Let's go see this Magikarp one. So that's how you make it unique as well. Like the Pokemon on your team do stuff for you and have unique interactions. And then again, kind of like you're saying, you have cool locations similar to kind of like events where in like back in Gen 5 and prior, where mythicals and certain legendaries, if you transferred them up, would have specific interactions. So in Black 2, White 2, hey, how's it going, Mega? Remember not to say your name this time properly. But yeah, so in, I think it was Black 2, White 2 with Keldeo, where you take it to a place and the Four Swords of Justice, like if you had them in your team as well, would give it Sacred Sword or something, I believe. It's like have interesting areas like that, but just like sprinkle them for other Pokemon, or like Pokemon that have like lore for the region. So let's say we go to wherever Kubfu is apparently from. Because Kubfu isn't from the Isle of Armor or Gala, according to its text, I think. So if we go there, we get to see, like, if you've got a Kubfu on your team, the interaction of it training or something appears. And that could be really interesting. Just, like, randomly stumble if you have it in your team. That is the only prerequisite. And it'll, like, the sound will come from the Pokeball. And it flies out. Yes, Pokemon Snap type interactions. Exactly that. I'm just gonna quickly catch Mega up. What you have missed is we managed to, in 15 minutes, find a shiny Rowlet. So Decidueye is off the list now. That's the only one we managed to find, but also kind of insane. We've also found Beautifly. That was it. And now we're hoping in the next hour or so to maybe, hopefully, take off another one of these. But no. But also, would we be interested in me playing Pokemon Snap as like an in-between game? Because I've completed it, but also, it's such a great game. And I do, like you had it come to your mind. It's such a great example of Pokemon interacting with the world and taking Pokedex entries and, like, things that they do because they're creatures. For God's sake. I didn't check. Yeah, and it looks great. Surprisingly, if a game looks great, it also kind of feels great to play. There we go. Yeah, up there. Annoyingly made by Capcom, and it took a different developer to make the game look great. Seal up a mountain, really? Also to catch up, Mecha, not for this one because I forgot to say beforehand because I'm still not quite in the rhythm. But we're focusing down a little bit to try and get targets and see if it works, which it has so far. But it could have just been like this game's luck. Starly outbreak? Yeah, nothing there. So what we're doing normally is if we've got mass outbreaks, we're going to save before we go out somewhere so I can do it, firstly. Then when we get there, I'm going to activate the Aguave berries. So that means I can see where all the outbreaks are, if there's any that I need to beeline to. And then only getting ones along the way. So there's still a chance to phase. But I'm only going to be beelining for what I need, basically. Oh, Chimchar would have been nice. For now, if I don't save before I come to an area, I am just going to check them all. It also means it gives me more time to check further into outbreaks. So if none of them are shiny off those initial ones, which is what happened for Rowlet, then... Wait, what one's here? Oh, wait, Chatot? Where? Oh, there it is. Yeah, if there's no shinies in the initial waves for the ones that I go check, then I'm going to save before that, so I hopefully don't waste, but that's been even worse when we remember to do it. I hopefully don't waste items and go check to, like, all the other waves. Which I really need to also level up my team and get them to, like, level 100. Because those 77 Basket Legion weren't great. I'm not sure if I'm misremembering this. And I very well could be, but is there no, like, what? Again, just words. can't remember them. Are there no spread moves, I guess? If that makes no sense, I understand. But like safe sort of thing. Like multi-target moves is maybe the better way to explain them. Because I definitely need to make sure my team is full of those to be able to clear waves quickly and a bit more efficiently. No Shellos shining. Nope. The Shellos has a particularly bad shining. I think I've got one that I could actually show you if I need to. Where am I heading? Straight down this way. Shellos' shiny just goes like pink to slightly less pink. How haven't I had this thought yet? I'm curious. Do this whole thing. Because it's probably going to be tens of hours doing this. There's definitely going to be some longer days when I'm... Probably when I'm editing. Because I can kind of like lock into editing a lot more than I can lock into script. So I'm taking this challenge a bit slower while I'm script writing. But like through all of that, I'm curious if I'm going to find any shelfers. So have I may not have found one. Maybe an Abra is what I'm thinking at most. I'm going to have to check my boxes on it. I'm also going to have to remember at the end of the stream. I've got to take them off so I don't get confused later. At the end of the stream, I'm going to show you the upgrade I was meant to show you at the end of last stream for Vex. As she wants to be called. Solara or Mecha Volcarona or Imoth. I did not evolve God. That was Majora was the other one that survived to the end of last stream. So executive decision by Majora was in the team. Bidoof stays as Bidoof. Oh, sorry. God stays as God instead of God's uncle, I guess. I guess we could put it to another vote. If it... Okay. Wait, no. Dion. Hey, Ray, how's it going? Slightly later today because I had to cook dinner. It is... It's nice that you notice, but it also takes me off guard. The way you notice things like that. Literally today I had a haircut, which is probably why it's most noticeable. I'm assuming because it's nice and faded up the side. The beard is actually all trimmed in, I guess. Yeah, all nice and fresh today. To do exactly nothing on the weekend. Besides potentially, hopefully this weekend it will be... Did I hear the sound again? I want to say this weekend it's going to be my goal to finish the script for the Mellowata video. I was showing Majora area. Like I said, it just takes me off guard. That's it. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Necessarily bad, not weird, just kind of nice. It means I'm looking good today, if anything. Unless I think the haircuts went particularly bad, and then I'd be like, oh, so you notice a bad haircut then, right? Yeah, back to... I was saying, I broke the back of the script, so to speak. And I'm through to catching... Oh, I'm glad it's a good notice. So... We're up to catching all... I say we're up to catching. We've done it, but scripting-wise. I'm up to where we were catching all of the Teal Mask Pokemon. Which is Stream 3. Then it'll be finishing the Blueberry Academy. Scyther Outbreak would have been... Oh, Scyther Outbreak would have been great because I could have got Cleaver. And you want to go back and recheck. Hey, I'll take hitting as long as... He can hit on me all he wants, as long as he knows it's not going anywhere. At that point, it's just flattery. What can I say? I'm a bit of a tease. Yeah, thankfully, with the way one of the streams went... Wait, I am gonna have to shut up for a second. Throw down smoke bomb. Yeah, there we go. That was so many awkward those. can't. I'm not continue the thought, I swear. I think something's ended. So if none of those were shiny. I didn't say before them either. God damn it, I'm so bad at doing this. Can't move while things are angry at me. Great. Yeah, so, collect myself. All that's left is finishing the Blueberry Academy. No, sorry. Catching all of the Teal Mask Pokemon. Finishing the Blueberry Academy. Catching all of those for the most part. Doing the BP grind and explaining that because I think I had some good ideas to it. I'm pretty proud of them. Then... oh, it's so lucky I didn't get my lottery. It didn't come through, unfortunately. But, I mean, you'll have to let us know how it is. You'll be the first one. Oh, no, sorry, Pokemon Center. Not the Nintendo Switch. I'm mixing them up. Apologies. I mean, congrats either way. That's one I should look into, but I need to spend time doing other things. Unfortunately, I'd love to go. Oh, sure, that'd be great. I don't get to go, but we can live vicariously through you. And which one? Okay, multi-release. Do that. There we go. I'm letting. Yeah, I kind of guess when you're like, you're just about managed. I can imagine how quick they went. I was like, I have no chance. Even if I wanted to, even if someone had a spare space, I wouldn't even be able to go. Oh, where's that thing a sec? Okay, now while he's gone, we find the shiny and we don't tell him. And he just has to notice when I go back onto the other screen that I've caught one. Okay, remember to say before I go out. And hopefully... couple of coastlands, I guess. Could do Basket Legion. Yeah, sure. Sure. Because there's nothing here that... No, Alabaster Islands is Oshawa. I remember. I'm sure my longer term memory is fine as long as it manages to stick in immediately. Otherwise, my brain just is a sieve. But like, no. My brain is less of a sieve and more of a colander. Purple will be interesting, but don't need. Shellos, Arabia, Togepi. None of those that I need. Yeah, we find the shiny. We don't tell them, and we wait till I come on to... Are they... Okay, this is where I need to see, like, semantics. Or if I just, like, learned something wrong. So if I go Civ. Colander. Okay, I guess... Fair enough, dependent on the colander. Think the difference between... I mean, this is quite literally related to... Actually, no. Pasta spaghetti, great one. I was going to... No, something else. No, that's actually almost perfect. Like, it's just different shapes, but instead of shapes, it's different size. And I just need to remember when there's nothing that I need to... I just realized Avalug is also a thing. Yeah, just different size. Let's different size things through. So the big things will stick. And unless there's a particularly stubborn bit of pasta that will not go through the colander, that's staying in there as well. But that is purely down to luck if that happens. My brain isn't quite as tight to be a sieve. Wait. Oh no, that's a Sneasel. For some reason I thought that was like a Zoroark. So it's got the right colours. The way my memory works is also super weird. Like I say, some random things get stuck. And I was just on a bike ride the other day. I'd been to this place I remembered once, but just for reference, when I go on bike rides, usually I don't click places to go. Instead, I just kind of go wherever the wind takes me. And I just end up somewhere, and then it's almost like an extra additional little puzzle to try and find my way back. Oh, I'm so jealous. That's the one I'm going to be the happiest with from all of this, is ending up with like a shiny Zorua. Because shiny Zorua is so good with the blue. Zoroark is a bonus, but I'm not a fan of the purple as much as I am of the blue. But they're both great regardless. But where is this one? Oh, it's over the sledge. Yeah, I was just riding around, and then as I came around the corner to somewhere, for some reason, my brain went, I know exactly where I am. I've been to this place once. Ever. Years ago. At night time. It was a friend's dad's that we ended up randomly on New Year. So we had like alcohol in, I say we. Well, yeah, we all had alcohol, but in our system, I was going to say alcohol in my system. We collectively drank for me, somehow. Whatever. But stupid brain. None of those. God damn it. Okay, let's just do a quick reset. I don't know how my brain remembers that one place. But when it comes to remembering how to get between, like, my house and a different area of the city, I can remember the area of the city, but I don't know what roads ahead of time to go on. Unless experientially, like, I'll ride or I'll drive or I'll walk them to get there. Like, I'm also terrible with road names. Okay, there's massive outbreaks there. That's good. That's useful. So, if you were to give me directions and say, like, oh, you go down, like, John Street and, like, up Smith Drive. I don't know. Names usually have themes. What if the theme for, like, the streets is generic names for generic streets? Directionally challenged, yeah. I've used that phrase so much. God bless when I had to, like, have a taxi try and meet me somewhere. I was like, I'm here, I think. Like, but which restaurant are you by? There's many of them. I was like, I don't know. But when it comes to, like, landmarks is how you get me to go somewhere. So, as I take a quick break, ooh, Rufflet could be useful. Rufflet is the only useful one here. There's none others that I really want to go for. So, Arena's approach to the right. So yeah, you'll tell me, like, go by Liverpool Cathedral and then down by the bombed out church, which if you live in Liverpool sounds less weird than if you don't, I guess. You just have to be here. I'll be able to find my way there because I know generally I'll head down these roads. And I know where I'm going by visuals, not by names. Otherwise, it is sat-nav all the way. Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever. In-car sat-nav if it really comes to a push. Yeah, I'm hopeless. I'm trying to get better as well. Which, my only idea for how to get better at that type of thing is, instead of, like, when I go off for, say, like, bike rides, because otherwise I'm just wasting petrol to try and learn where things are, is to actually set goals. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's me to a T. But my idea for how to get better is to set a destination on, like, maps or whatever I'm using. And sort of followed them, but basically just so it tells me, like, take a left down this street, or in 100 yards, turn right down here and continue along this way. That sort of thing. So, like, the names just eventually sink into my head. Like, by osmosis. I'm just fully accepting the fact that I can't multitask while doing this. Try to stay out of the way so I don't faint. A braviary spawn as well. So good. How did that braviary not hit me? Let's make sure. Oh, come on. I just re-upped his stun. Okay. We are not. We are not doing that. Yeah. The weird thing is, so I'm definitely like, I can go somewhere once and know my way back, but I will have to follow that specific route back. Where my dad is kind of the opposite. Like, say, he will give me directions by roads because he knows roads. Like, in his mind, he has the map there. He knows the route he needs to go. But I feel also... do I just want to reset? Yeah, I did not save before I started doing that. I feel like also he has a bit of that tendency. Hey, welcome back, Ray. We found like 5 shinies. Yeah, well, he did like try and sit his taxi test at some point, but just never. Well, he did all the prep for it, but just never sat his taxi test because he's a barber. He cuts my hair. But he has a bit of that tendency of like, I've known this way and learned this way to go somewhere. Yeah, I'm not lying to you. I'd never do that. So, like, when Google Maps tells me to go another way because there's probably, like, a crash or, like, congestion down another road, he will vehemently try and steer me onto the path he knows. For kind of the same reason as we're saying, but we do it because we know we're idiots in terms of directions. He does it because that's how he's learned, is usually the smarter way. The only nice thing has it... Ooh, Crimson Mylands could be interesting. The nice thing is, like, when we're going out on bikes, because I ride my bike more than, like, he drives a car, because he drives for a living as well. It's almost physically impossible for me to drive more than he does. So he knows roads better, but I know navigating the city by bike a lot better. And, like, that's a whole different thing, because also Liverpool can be hilly the closer you get to the centre. So, like, it's a steep hill down to the centre. And obviously a steep hill out, so it's fine going in. But I was like, I just had to very vehemently... Let's see. Ooh, Sliggoo could be interesting. Yeah, straight south, and I guess I'll take Carnivine on the way. Yeah, so I just had to be like, trust me, we'll go this way, and your legs will thank me. Because sometimes the incline for some hills coming out of, like, central Liverpool can be like that. Not even like 30, 35 degree inclines. I was like, we're going to go a longer way round, but it's going to be shallower, and it's going to be a lot easier, a lot less congested, a lot less crossing. We will go this way. And he's doing that thing of like, no, but this is the direct way home. Like, I know it's a direct way, but you're going to be dead at the top of that hill because we've just been riding for like an hour and a half. And we need to get home. So he trusted me reluctantly follow me on this long path round. And by the end, it's like, and this was a moment of pride for me, even. That was better, you know. Like, those few words, I was like, I did it. I've done something directionally right. That's such a massive win for me because it does not happen often. Like I said, that is one of the things I really need to like scrub up on. I feel like it's a more common thing to not know where you're going, which is why it's almost more impressive if you... Did I hear? No, that's the sparkles from the stone. Saving. Yeah, I feel like it's more impressive to someone if you can navigate just by like knowing street names, or give someone exact navigations by like street names and the likes. Because otherwise, you also end up doing what I did when I used to live in London, which is people would walk up who are like tourists. If that would have caught, you would have got me. That was unfortunate timing. Oh, what a throw. Yeah, my cheat for like if anyone ever asked me directions while I was in London, would just go, oh yeah, you just want to go up here and then do a left. Basically, don't tell them where I'm sending them, but send them towards like Leicester Square or wherever the big touristy place was, where there was more likely someone who was better equipped to give them directions. So I wasn't giving them wrong directions, I was just adding a middleman to the whole situation. Because my friend called me out on it once. He was like, you have no idea where you just entered. I was like, no, I do. I just don't know where they wanted to go. I wouldn't mind. I looked it up on a map afterwards, and it ended up being only maybe a few yards down the road from where they wanted to go. So, and I actually sent them further away from where they wanted to go. But surely someone sent them the right way. One, two, please stay in. I mean, if they just disappear, that's also fine with me. So they can attack me, but I can still catch them? Doesn't make much sense. Is that the whole outbreak? Or am I missing one? There's another Sliggoo hiding somewhere. Close. You just gotta dial in that delay and it might have worked. There is another one. Sliggoo are so weird, but like... It's like they had the exclamation mark. That means I assume it's aggro. Is there another one? This feels like it's waiting for another wave. Oh god, it sounded like with two peas in a pod. Like, even if I think I know, I don't have the confidence that I'm correct. Like, I usually come to like, oh, there's a Sliggoo. It comes to like so many caveats when I'm given directions. I'll be like, so I think you want to go up here, and then it might be like over there, but just let me ask this first, and then it's usually a cop out at the end. They're gonna sound. Like, I'd give... So, they might even get the exact same directions. It's like, up there to the left, round the roundabout, second exit. Go on. That's probably what the person I send them to will say, but mine would just have a load of, like, asterisks. It's to the point where I just stop completely giving directions. And like saying, sometimes, like, if I know someone, this is where my line is. If I know someone, I will attempt to give directions. If I don't, I'm just fully out and I'll grab someone else who I think knows it better. Or not necessarily think, someone who I know knows better. Because if you were to make a pie chart of what that is, people who know better and people who don't, the people who don't is probably maybe a 5% on that graph. 95% of society know better directly wise than me. People who think they don't know better than me. Ooh, another one in the Highlands. I don't need Rowlet, so it's still safe. That I always find is weird. Like, pulling up and asking random kids, well, did they have ulterior motives by any means? Were you an attractive No. Ow. Eject. We're gone. That's a big one. It's like, so I'm so skeptical of anyone, like when I've got my phone out, whether they're going to do precisely that. And there's one story, and to be fair, the girl was really good with like putting me at ease when really in the situation I should have been the one putting her at ease. You've also been confident your whole life, apparently. Let me just quickly look at this. Any I need? I don't need any supplements. It's annoying because I've got to reset because I don't need any. Yeah, so how this situation was, and I don't know if I've told this story before, but if I have, you're getting it again regardless. I was on my break in work. I was just walking down the shops to pick up like some lunch, just something quick to eat, like some chicken and a salad and whatever, and a drink from like Sainsbury's. As I was walking back, this woman just looked absolutely. I mean, I guess we can. This doesn't say. There we go. Story time music. That works. This woman looked absolutely distressed. And I was like, do I approach? Like, I don't know if you are like having an episode and I'm in danger or like what's going on. But she walked up to me and she seemed fine the way she started talking to me. But she was clearly very panicky. So she was like, can I borrow your phone a minute? And instantly, like what you said, right, my mind was going, you are a stranger, you walked up to me, you're asking to see my phone. Are you going to try and take it and run? I weighed everything up in my mind. I was like, if you try and take it and run, I can definitely run faster than you. Like, not even a question on that. So like, even if you try, it's fine. But I was like, oh, what do you need it for? Like, asking more questions. You have a travel bug. See, that's just smart. I was even thinking, well, you know what? I'll finish my story and then I'll loop back to it. Otherwise, I will forget where I'm up to. So, what she ended up saying, and this is what completely threw me off, and I had to be like, just stay in the moment. Stay in the damn moment. She went, I'm trying to ring my sister, but she's not picking up. My phone's dead. Like, just very panicked. How I'm saying it now is how she was saying it. This isn't just me, like, struggling to... Well, it's a bit of me struggling to remember how the story went. That's a smoke bomb. Not what I look for. So I was like, okay. But then this is a bit that made me trust her. Like, even if she wanted to use my phone after this, I would have been like, you're thinking about me, which means you're not thinking about stealing my phone. She went, you can type in the number, I'll give you it. I just need you to call the school because my sister has like episodes of like manic disorder and she's not picking up. You can type it in. So at that point I was like, you're not trying to steal it, you just want me to ring. She was like, and you can put it on speaker. I don't even, like... I'm not even gonna bother with that one. Screw that. So she didn't even want to touch it. She knew immediately where my head was at. Long and short, managed to eventually get the... Oh, no, sorry. This was the thing that threw me off initially. Which, do we remember the days of pay-as-you-go Sims? Because I feel like you don't get them nearly as much anymore. Oh, no. Especially in London. Would not use a payphone. But she said she had no credit on her phone. And that was another thing that threw me off. I was like, you have no credit? Who has a pay-as-you-go sim nowadays when you probably pay more for a pay-as-you-go sim than you do a normal phone? But that's besides it. And then, basically, as the phone was ringing, she was explaining more and more about the situation. And this is one of the things that I never got closure on for the story. I wouldn't be surprised if they just got rid of them. I think they're only in central London just for the sake of, like, their picture. They're not picturesque, but people like taking pictures with them. Yeah, I was getting more context about her sister. And apparently her sister also has, like, suicidal episodes. And, like, has threatened. Like, she sent messages hinting at it before, and she's like, thank you so much for, like, helping me call, at least try and get in contact with the school and stuff and make her way there. But I never got closure on what happened, and to this day I don't know. I just hope whatever I did helped. But that was my whole thing of, like, this sounds like it could be such a dodgy story, but also you've done all the right things to put me at ease with the fact that you don't seem like you're trying to rob my phone and giving me this over-the-top story. Like, I don't know how to deal with this, and the stakes is so high if it is real. Sure, go on. We're still in story time music, so hit it. I'm going to try and focus on... I'm not getting outbreaks. I'm going to try and focus on getting outbreaks. Yeah, not as high stakes as someone potentially not being with us anymore. I always hear such bad things about Milton Keynes, but I've never actually been. But usually if I'm going London, the furthest out I go is Enfield, but specifically Enfield because family are there. Otherwise, it is, like, directly central because I've got friends that live in, like, Bromley and, like, Lewisham and Stratford and that. Or I just don't go. That is also an option. Oh, thank God. We have another massive mass outbreak. I do want to do another trip somewhere because I just need a break away from stuff. Also, I could test more IRL stuff because I have updates to IRL setups. I said, yeah, sad, yeah, not going as far as I do when I come out of London / going back in. I'm going to save here. Basically, going to hold the train once it runs out. Okay. I'm getting the context because also I have horrifying bus stories of strangers talking to me. Oshawott would be so good. Like, before I drove, obviously, I'd get, like, the bus into work when I used to work at, like, McDonald's. And just getting a random drunk guy, like, clearly drunk, very either extroverted or lost all his filter. Those two can have the same outcome. Yes, Zarua on the left. I'm beelining for this, so that would be such a great one. I did notice Zarua straight away, though. So, starters and Zarua are the ones I mainly want to get. But yeah, anyway. Me, just how old must I have been? Like 15, 16, something like that. Like just before I was going to uni. Maybe even 17. And this guy was just... None of those are shiny. Ah. He really... Oh. Sorry, also forgot to reset to save berries, just in case. Really wanted to know, because there's a reason I have tinnitus. I played music way too loud. And he's like, oh, what are you listening to? And I was like, just some AC/DC. He's like, oh, you know, like Angus Young. And that was like where my brain went, you have a decision to make now. You know Angus Young. You know all about him and like what happened with the band at AC/DC. Do you let him know you know that? Or do you say, oh, not really, I just like the music? I went with option B, because introverted me was like, I'm tired, I've just woke up, I need to get to work. Leave me alone, you stink, I'm getting off the stop early. I need the continuation to that story. Let's contact anyone that was cards. Yeah, at that point, you just kind of look and go, how the hell do I help you if you can't remember any numbers? Like I said, no one needs to remember them. I know my number and the house landline because I've had to know that since I was a kid, which no one also has a landline nowadays. Okay, let's discover you and then go over to Zorua, which I think was here. Wait, it's the only option. I mean, at that point, you also just walk to your friend's house. Like, sometimes, if you have to walk and that's the only option, your best option after that is to just start walking. Yeah, that's why I count myself lucky. The fact that one, my mum and dad still have a landline that I know the number to, so I can still kind of get in contact with them. Save. And otherwise, I generally have a decent sense of direction. Like, I've got a decent compass in me, and I know a general direction I need to go. Yeah, because I'm assuming you're fairly empathetic, and if you were in the same situation, you'd want someone to do that for you. That's just like a natural reaction for any decent person, I think. Zero, please. Zero. Zero. Stop it. Oh my god. So bad at this game. Don't you dodge my balls. You will take my balls. Accept my balls. They're great. They're sticky. And round. Not quite salty. I'm gonna get knocked out on it. Oh, I was so close. If I wasn't focusing right now, I've got a story that is just like a time that I just have to accept my only option was walk. But again, I'm not sure if I've told that story either. Okay, seems to be gone. Let's go over to Oshawa. What was that? Basically, it's flapping in the placement with the ground. 2 hours to get this all done. So yeah, fairly late by the time I get back. But assuming at that point, like, they can't get in contact, they also know. My assumption, if I was on the other end of that, if I was the family, or like the girlfriend or whatever, would be, he's got to come here. Otherwise, if he gets there, they won't be there. Like, It's one of those, is it better to go find or to stay put? And at that point, it's kind of to stay put. So after an hour, not really the friend's postcode, so I can see how much an Uber will cost for him to get to his friend's house. It's like 20 pounds. Once the stop, get off. I'll call you an Uber, so I did that. Wait, within station. Also, I mean, you did the stand-up thing then. Like, I wouldn't have even thought, like, what if I just call him an Uber? Because then at least you can see he's going where he's going. I would have to put to the back of my mind, like, I have a 5-star Uber rating. Would he ruin it? But, you know, putting that to the back of my mind. I think I probably, if I would have had the idea, done exactly that. I just don't think I would have been smart enough to have that idea. Are you going to check your Uber rating now? What? These balls are not... Like, we're seeing this, right? It's just bouncing off. I'm just not even gonna bother. I'll be able to do it. Just say. Yeah, I mean it's the easy way out is to not just like antagonize them. I wouldn't say empathy levels 0, but I feel like if I'm in those situations, I like to just try and solve stuff myself and not what's a word I'm looking for? Not be a burden on other people because of my issue. So I feel like the empathy level is more of like you want to help people how you would deal with it sort of thing is what it sounds like. Maybe more of a 5 than a 0. Oh, I'll catch you later, mate. Have a good one. Yeah, I'm probably going to be not too long on as well. This is just like a shorter one so I can keep some form of progress. I don't know why I exited out there. My mind's kind of distracted because a story of that exact mindset that I was just saying, like, I will very stubbornly solve things by myself and try and not burden anyone else. I was a little, let's call it intoxicated. After going out for like a few drinks with my friend. He lived in Bromley, I was in Stratford at the time, so it was only like one short bus on the way home. No, not that one. So just try to remember to leave first. They got angry, didn't they? Yeah. So yeah, one short night bus home. But I happened to have maybe 1, 2, 5 too many. So I wasn't in my complete senses. And that led to me getting the night bus the wrong way. Which, you might notice it. Unless you end up having been also up all damn day. I remember to save. And falling asleep. And when I'm out for the count. I don't sleep much. But I think that's sort of why. Like, when I sleep well and I sleep short. So, like, I get 5 to 6 hours of good sleep. If I've had a drink, you are not waking me up. Unless, frustratingly for me, you get to the end of the line and the bus driver is physically telling you to get off because he is done with his shift for the night at like 3 in the morning. So, at this point, I'm Oshawa over to the right, Rufflet over to the left. Any others that could be useful? Nope. Yeah. At this point, I don't know what time it is. I have no idea where I am or how long I've been on this bus. I just know I'm in the middle of nowhere and my phone's on like 5 to 10% battery. Keep in mind, I'm at the end of a line in London. So that was miles and miles. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I knew generally with the way the buses were, I was like, my best bet, because I knew my phone wouldn't last with Google Maps all the way home. So I was like, I need to just save this. So, like, when Uber is now a thing and active. Yeah, it sort of is. So we have to have some drinking rite of passage. Yeah, I was like, whenever I can call someone who might be awake to possibly give me a lift. Keeping in mind, I was a student and no one drove around me. I think it was there. I roughly remember where I need to go. Or I can... Oh, what was my... I had like 2 solutions. I was like, I need to call someone or call an Uber, which I think is what I did for the last leg of the trip. My only other solution was go the opposite way to where I saw the bus come in. Solid choice to start with, because at least I'm heading to where I originally got on. Which from there, I also knew how to walk home. Because something that I like doing is just exploring the area around me. And then from that point, I was like, okay, if I'm trying to be slightly smart with this as well, I'll follow the bus stops back. But those bus stops can go a while without being there. And there was 1 or 2 times. Is that? That's the gas one, so I need to go down here. There's 1 or 2 times where the bus that I was on wasn't on the signpost. So I was like, oh god, I'm lost. But then I'd skip one and then it'd be back there. But my only option was to walk back. There was nothing else. It was too late. No buses. No one awake. No Ubers around. I just had to start walking. That was 3 hours of walking because I got off the bus at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And it was 6 o'clock at that point. That's when the buses at least started, thankfully. So instead of calling an Uber, I literally got on the bus I knew would go by my flat. How have I immediately forgot? But I thought one was shiny because it was a licky. Is it that far right? The only time I go to the far right. So yeah, ended up finally on a bus, tapping on with my phone because I don't even think I had my cards on me at that point. Eventually got home, did my best to stay awake because my feet were aching. I've been walking for those 3 hours straight as well, in shoes that were not meant for walking. They were very much, I was on a film shoot outdoors day, so it was like hiking boots basically. Well, no, I say hiking boots would have been great. They were like show boots because they didn't have hiking boots, like dress boots. So none of these. I think I said Rufflet all the way over to the left. Like there, maybe? It's either just below. God, I do. My mate actually didn't need keys at one point because his arms were so skinny he could reach through the door to unlock it. But I do miss those, like, those young drinking days. Like, Maybe I just miss being young and no responsibilities, but it was like every Friday before we were like 18 and could go out. There was a one designated house that we would all go round. And thankfully, it was only a short walk back to mine, so I could always walk home. That was actually great for me. These weren't what I was looking for. What was it? North? I think it was. Yeah, that was always a short walk, but there were even sometimes when everyone had that mindset, exactly like you were just saying, where like, I'm so drunk, I don't want to go home, and everyone's having a good time, and what do I do? The cool mum and the cool dad, because he'd go get us drinks as well. Which, to be fair, I feel like if I ever have kids, I want to be that kind of parent, because you don't want to be strict on all like drinking and everything, and then your kid's just gonna go drinking more and like over course correct. So you want them to be responsible with it, but also if your kid's drinking there, they're also like around you. They can't go out and drink anywhere else unless another parent is like that, in which case they're around someone else's house and parent, and they're not like randomly out in town at 16 being given who knows what. I'll always remember like the amount of random stuff I've been offered, and this is also from like going to festivals as well, which is probably where it's a bit more commonplace. But just for the sake of like, I've been out just wearing a Superman top, and someone's come over to me just going, "Oh, I've got a Superman top on too. Do you want this?" Showed me a white pill in his hand, and my brain just went, no, you know what? I'm good. Like, you'd rather than be around your house or around you where that kind of crap can't happen. You can monitor who gets too drunk, or make sure your son or daughter, whoever, doesn't embarrass himself. Like, you can make sure they don't have our embarrassing memories of going out way too young and doing stupid crap. So much focus, so much focus. And none of you shot it, which is even worse. Oh, it's on a hill. I think I've realized hills are the issue. There we go. So you put it in focus way too high right now. Oh, sorry, my single brain cells working way too hard right now. Seems to be gone. Yeah. Probably. Are we the same person? I don't. Well, saying that, like, what was the word you used? Yeah, say given freedom. I was almost, because it's obviously it's English culture to drink. It's also kind of Greek culture, fairly heavily. So you combine those two, and it's a dangerous mix. Just thankfully, I had enough sense about myself to not let it go too far. But I was like at 16. I think my dad just came home with like a crate of what I now know is not great because I've had so much other stuff. But I was like, a crate of Strongbow? That's amazing. It's like, at least dark fruits. At least let me go full on student. But just like a crate of Strongbow, and then I just go through it. But that was like my alcohol that was in the house at like 16, 17. There was maybe... No, I don't want to rematch you. There was maybe a point where I was going out too often for a 17-year-old. And my mum did stop me and go, do you need to go out this weekend? I was like, but all my friends are going out. Yeah, exactly. You know Strongbow is like piss water of ciders. At least some. If you're gonna have a cider, have something fruity and don't go for the beer of ciders. Let's do one more full run, and then I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. I wish I had the every night point, which I think my friends wanted when they started uni, because they deferred a year and started uni at 19. But that first night in the house, they immediately decided house parties were stuff they go to and would never host. That's it, Patrice. Because, and basically, I had to be on watch duty because I was one of like the close friend group to like the immediate friends, because there was friends of friends that were invited, so you can see how things could get a little out of hand. And what happened? We were having a great time. I'd like little bottles of Frosty Jack. Yeah, I'm 28, just for reference. I'm not a baby, but I'm not into my 30s just yet, and I'm claiming that for as long as I can. I will wind parents up by saying I'm 30 next year. But that's just to wind them up. Yeah, I remember that. These are the stories I don't tell my parents, but I remember doing that at like 15, 16 in like central Liverpool with friends. Those are grim stories. But speaking of grim stories, their first house party they hosted, like I say, they deferred a year, so I'd come back, I was like meeting like new girlfriends they've had. Oh, nice. We do have a weirdly close like age group for people who like watching this crap. Oh, shut up. That's a great one. I'm gonna go through that, I forgot time. So yeah, meeting friends, like a lot of people I don't know, a lot of people they'd met to like doing other stuff in between while I'd been in London and they'd stayed. But they'd left too open of an invite. Oh, Vulpix. And when friends of friends had come, we just randomly, at one point through the night, heard a smashing sound. And immediately, you saw like, it was a group of like 5 or 6 of us from like secondary school. Just looked at each other and went, what the hell was that? And immediately going into the room where it came from, we couldn't tell. Which is a good and also kind of scary sign. Until like a couple of us went to, I say a couple of us, I don't think I did at the time. But I still went out with them. You can also social not smoke with social smokers. Just might lead to you also being a social smoker in the long term. But when we went out like the front door to see what had happened, the window in the bay was like one of the window panes was smashed, and that was immediately like everyone out of this room, because that was also one of the bedrooms. It wasn't a living room bay window, it was a bedroom window. So immediately from that point, we were on edge. Yeah. Immediately we were on edge. We were like, well, not we. I was like, you should just stop this. I've seen this go wrong. I've already had the like freshers parties go terribly. You should stop this. Like, no, it's fine. We'll let it go. There's nothing we can do now. We'll call the landlord tomorrow. So, fine. It's your decision. It's your rent. You do you. So you can tell where this is going. And when someone, I think even I was waiting to go to the toilet. There were 2 toilets next to each other, like his and hers type thing, but just not in a bedroom or whatever. Or connected to a bedroom. And I heard another crashing sound. And a girl just casually walks out from the bathroom I just heard the noise come from. So I walks in, just to like do whatever. Like, I think maybe she's just drunk, maybe she just fell over, hoping for the best in a drunk situation. The feckin' sink was off the wall because she'd leant on it with all her weight. I don't like to judge by size, but just so you have reference, she wasn't the smallest of girls. That's kind of like all I'd say. You can kind of judge how it happened. She misjudged her size and weight as to how much that sink could hold. Because the sink was maybe on the wall by silicone. This wasn't a unit. And how that sink ended up at the end of the night, thankfully the plumbing was fine. But it was wedged against the wall with a pipe. And it was at that point that they all decided, oh yeah, maybe we should kick everyone out the house. So we all like split into squads. It is like, okay, everyone on the third floor you deal with. Me and Matt will deal with everyone on the second floor. And then you three deal with everyone like in the garden and on the ground floor. And eventually got everyone out the house. There was also a sad thing of like people trying to kick me out the house because they're like, we haven't seen you, we don't know you. And I'm sitting there going, listen, I've known these longer than you have. You don't kick me out of this house. I'm trying to help your cause here. Because like I say, there were people I don't know who are like recent friends of them or like recent girlfriends. I go, I don't know you and I'm with this person, get out. I'm like, no, you get out. I don't know you. And yeah, safe to say, every time I came back, it was never around this. See, when you drink out, you also have that perspective of, like, doing stuff wrong as a kid. Which is why I think... This isn't a political thing. This is just, like, clearly... Brits do better with alcohol than Americans do. Because we have less of a stigma around it. Like, just don't restrict it. Let people make mistakes while it's not gonna immediately affect them. And you're fine. People have to make mistakes. So let them make it while they're young. And you can at least look back and go, I was a stupid kid. It's fine. That's not now me. That was kid me. Because that helps with the mental side of it, because you can disconnect from when you were a kid. If you go, oh yeah, I was young and naive when I did that. It's about to clear up. Okay, so we only got 2. I'm going to evolve Buniri for the thumbnail. I think that's it for today, probably. Probably get brave enough. I love putting it that way. I'm very curious what this is. Wait. Am I? Oh no, it just didn't go to. Yeah, it doesn't touch alcohol until 18, and even then, it's like they do what we did at 15, where it's like, oh, I'm 18, but I'm having some of my dad's beer. Like that, because so many Americans who, like, I've talked to and got to know have that story of like, oh, remember when my dad gave me my first beer? It's like, we just get given a sip and then at some point, it's just kind of like normal. We don't have like that first beer moment. Which I'm not sure if it's a good or bad thing. Because it does sound like a really nice moment, but also they get so... There's a reason why they came up with the phrase white girl wasted and we didn't. Because our women just get wasted enough to become slags. Yeah, or you have like some bubbly, or like what's it called? Baby sham. Like that's how you get eased onto it at Christmas. Can I evolve you? I really want you for the thumbnail. Do I have... I do. Are they large? They're extra large. Okay. Extra large. Just like those things I don't need because I'm so lonely. Move to satchel. All three. Okay. Or Shandy, yeah. Wait, is Lopunny a friendship? God damn it, if Lopunny's a friendship, I'm gonna be so unhappy because I want this clickbait thumbnail. WKD! Oh, I haven't thought of Wicked in so long. Leveled up with high friendship. Okay, for next stream we will have Lopunny. And we can talk about other terrible alcohols that we wouldn't drink now. Or wait, no. It was Wicked or Sours. Sours is the only one that I go back to now. But Sours used to be the one as well. That was when you kind of already had the choice of what you were going to drink. Yep. That is going to be, I think, where shop for today. I'm going to... It does, or it's a nice shop for, like, when you don't want to get too... Well, actually, no, exactly that. It's a nice shop because it's just a sugary drink. It is mostly sugar, not enough alcohol. So if you're starting your night, you don't want to dive off a cliff with, like, a double rum and coke or something. Just a nice Diet Coke and a shot of sours. Ease yourself in. People don't question if you have coke. I learned this because, especially, I like driving to and from... Let's go full cam for this. I like driving to and from places, and I usually offer. So, a lot of the time, I'm the one not drinking. But, as you know, British culture, we're like, oh, why don't you have a drink? It's like, because I'm driving, but I don't want to have to explain this to everyone. So, the trick, if you're ever in the situation where you don't want to drink, or you want to start the night off slow, exactly like I was just saying, just have a glass of Coke, and no one questions what's in Coke. And if you say, oh, I've got a rum and Coke, no one's going to drink your drink and tell you, oh, you're just drinking Diet Coke. That's the cheat. Oh, a bottle of fishbowl. Oh, okay. I feel like we can talk about these stories. All right, I've got one more. Because this was a great New Year's that I had with work of all people. It's 3 bottles of VK and a fishbowl. Yep. Fishbowls will do that. Because we were in a bar. And for reference, this wasn't a works New Year's. This was just a few people from works who didn't have plans. And some people dropped out, and I wish I would have dropped out as well. But funny night regardless. Got stories from it. Me, the 2 owners of the business, and another lad from work who was a bit awkward. Think like, I don't know if he was, but like autistic vibes. That probably makes sense. That was the group we had. And how we started the night was, oh, we'll just go for like some burgers or something. But that same burger place sold cocktails. So we all got a cocktail and it was nice. And then we saw something on the menu that was affectionately called a big ass bitch. So we were like, okay, there's 4 of us. Let's order 2 because it says they are the fish bowls. And we can split them and it'd be fine as long as we don't mind sharing drinks, which it didn't. The mistake was made when we didn't read the description of the drink, and they were fish bowls of daiquiris. I've never felt so drunk and in pain simultaneously as finishing them off, because we're like, we've ordered them, we have to finish them, they're paid for, and it's alcohol and it's New Year's. We need to get at least a little bit drunk before then. But we also had bookings for a place that we had to be for New Year's, and not this big a place where we started off. So there was a rush to finish them, so we all had like brain freeze as well as like being very immediately drunk because we both had half a fishbowl each plus 2 cocktails beforehand. And it was a messy night, but it was a funny one. And I got maybe too comfortable with my bosses, asking them very personal questions, but they were fine with it, thankfully. Because I'm that type of person, like, I have a strong filter. And that filter's usually like, am I overstepping the line? Is this too personal? Like, what is our relationship here? And as soon as I was like, at that point, end of the night, there was just like 2 of us left. It's like, you can ask me any question. And my question, just for reference for when I say personal, I was basically just straight up with him. I went, you're married, right? Why are you out on New Year's with friends from work and not with your wife? And then conversation got real deep. He was like, you know what? I laid you up for this. I might as well hit it home. £5 fuck up. I don't think I've ever given them a name. Mainly because when I get hungover, I'm just not a person the next day. To even try and think of a name or remember most of it. I don't get blackout. But like I said, my memory is terrible. Not just for directions. It's a colander. My brain is a colander. And also, the stream, it's been fun just reminiscing on some old stories. But it's also over. Yeah, it's because all those pretenses drop and people get to how I like them, which is just open and honest, because that's how I am. I don't like putting on a facade or something. Like, if someone asks me, I'm generally very honest with them and straight up. I hate the whole fakeness, and I can see it a mile off. I like to think it hasn't done me over so far. I'm generally a pretty good judge of character, but also, people who say they're a good judge of character usually aren't a good judge of character, so I don't know. But it's been a fun one. We found Rowlet at least, so it wasn't a completely dull stream. And I think I might jump on at some point during the weekend to do a little bit of a longer stream, depending on how script writing goes tomorrow and Saturday. So probably Sunday. Other than that, I do want to try and get in the Discord, maybe like a Pokemon movie, but we drink for certain phrases and we can come up with that and just have a laugh as well. We need those bonding things for us. We need to all become good friends. No. Not parasocially, but also kind of parasocially, because we all don't know each other. But I need to be out. The music's even just like swap to another one. Let's swap to have a good time. I will catch you hopefully on Sunday with an update for when I think the video will be out. But I'll see you all in a little bit, everyone who survived. And bye! I am not on the Instagram, am I?